Hi guys, welcome to Color Theory. I am so excited to get this going. Let's go! To start with, we need what are called our primary colors. We have red, blue, and yellow. Here I have put out our primary colors. So we have red, yellow, and blue. Now, we know them as the names of colors, but the other way to say it is a hue. That is the name of a color, or as the dictionary defines it, a shade. So we have our purest forms right here. These are the primary colors. These are the colors that make everything else in the rainbow or in the broad spectrum of color. Let's get started with building our color wheel. For those of you at home that do not have access to a printer or any way to print off my worksheets, I'm going to walk you through really quick and show you how you can just make your own. So I have here just a blank piece of paper and a pencil and a bowl. So I'm going to have you just place your bowl in the middle of the page and you're going to trace around it. Ta-da! Next, you are going to use your ruler or just a straight surface to be able to divide your circle into 12 equal parts. Just do your best, no stress if you don't get it right the first time or if it's not perfect, no worries. What you're going to do is you are going to start adding in our color. So we are only going to put our primary colors in. Grab yourself a brush, reach mine over here. So I'm going to start with red. That's one of my favorites. So we're just going to come in here, grab the red, and I want you to fill in this top section right here. Okay? It does not have to be perfect. You can make it perfect if you want to. This is just for a resource, okay? So it doesn't have to be perfect. All right. Red. Here's my red. Okay. So then make sure you have some water on hand, and what you're then going to do is you're going to count these 1, 2, 3, leave those blank, and then you're going to go to this one, and then you're going to do yellow. Okay, so we're going to go over here, and 1, 2, 3. My yellow is going to be right here. So here we go. Now, for those of you who are self-professed OCD, feel free to make it as perfect as you want. I hope this doesn't bother you too much. For the sake of time, we're just going to fill in what we can and go from there. So then you're going to repeat the same process. Skip 1, 2, 3, and then this fourth one right here, you are going to grab your blue. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down there. Sorry, sound effects. Oh, I didn't rinse out my brush well enough. Meh, oh well, okay. So, there is our blue. There we have it. Those are your primary colors. Oh, why the primary colors? Why are they called the primary colors? What makes them so special? These 3 colors cannot be made by any other color. If you want red paint, you have to get red paint. You cannot blend it with something else to make it red. So that is why they are our primary colors. And these are the colors that we will use to create everything else throughout this process. Next, we are going to work on what we call our secondary colors. Now, secondary colors are made up of equal parts of our primary colors. So those are going to go in the exact middle between each of our primary colors. So we are going to start with equal parts red and equal parts yellow. Okay, so we're going to mix, 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 mix. A little bit more red there. All right, so red and yellow make orange. Okay, fill in that space. All right. So next, those of you sitting at home working on this with your parents, go ahead and give a shout out to those around you. What does yellow and blue in equal parts make? All right, we have our green. So we're going to come down here. All right. Just make sure you're putting it in those center spots right between. And as you go, just make sure you are rinsing your brush out really well, wiping it down on a paper towel, a napkin, or a rag. All right, we're almost there. So now we are on to our red and blue. What could possibly be in the middle of these two? Let's take a look and find out. So we're going to mix equal parts blue and equal parts red. And this is going to make, go ahead and say it if you know it. Yep, it is going to make purple, or more specifically known as a violet. Violet is the official hue that purple derives from. Okay, so we come all the way down here. Do, do, do. All right. Okay. So we have our primary colors, which are red, yellow, and blue. Then we have our secondary colors, which are equal mixes, purple, orange, and green. So now we have our wonderful color wheel started up. We have our primary colors, red, blue, yellow, and we have our secondary colors, orange, violet, and green. Now, the fascinating thing about the color wheel and how it functions is that if you look right across from each of the primary colors, bloop, we have a secondary color. These are called complementary colors. The reason why is that they actually naturally complement each other. So red is partnered with green. Those colors you'll see often. What time of year do you usually put together red and green? Christmas time. So we see that everywhere. We see that all over the place. You'll oftentimes see stores, logos, advertisements, decorations, all working in those complementary colors. Okay, everybody, last but certainly not least, we are going to go through our tertiary colors. Now, tertiary colors are simply our mix between these two colors. When we talk about them, we always refer to the primary color first in their name. So in this case, if we put it between the red and the orange, we're going to mix equal parts of our orange and our red. And we are going to get a red-orange. Okay, red-orange. Now, if we're going to put it between the orange and the yellow, we are not going to call it orange-yellow. We are going to call it yellow-orange. So then what we're going to do is we're going to create our orange, and we're going to add some extra yellow to it. Pull in a little bit more orange there. Okay, so now we are going to make our yellow-orange. Yellow-orange. Okay, so what are we going to call this color right here? Yellow-green. Yellow-green. All right, so we still have our green over here. We're going to add some more yellow to it. Oh, we might need to make up some more. Oh, I think we'll make it just a little bit here. All right, a little bit sparse there, but we're filling it in okay. So that is our yellow green. Now we're going to move on. Got to make a little bit more of our real green here. Now we're going to make a blue green by adding some of our blue into the green. Here we go. Beautiful. All right, and we have blue-green right here. Lovely. Rinse off your brush really well, guys. We want to try to keep them as clean as we can. All right, and purple. Now, or violet, sorry. So we're going to go with a blue-violet. So we're going to mix up the violet with some blue. All right, there's our blue violet. And finally, what's next? We're going to make our red violet. So we're going to mix our red in with our violet. A little more on the red side, right between. All right, and our red violet. There we go. That right there is our color wheel in its entirety. So let's recap. We have our primary colors, which are red, yellow, blue. We have our secondary colors, which are violet, orange, and green. And we have our tertiary colors, which are blue-green, blue-violet, red-violet, red-orange, yellow-orange, yellow-green. Something to also note about the complementary colors is that when you mix them, you are going to create a neutral color. They neutralize each other out. So if we were to mix red and green, we are going to get brown. Let me show you really quick. Okay, so here we have green, and now I'm going to add just a bit of red to it. You want to mix it pretty well in equal parts. It really depends on the strength of the pigment that you have. But let's take a look here. Red and green create brown. You're going to find this with any of the complementary colors. When you mix them, they become a neutral or a brown color. All right, so you've done it. You have your color wheel. This is all the colors that you're gonna need to start out as we adventure on in the rest of this art course. So what we are going to do now is I am going to give you the link to go and get the worksheet. For those of you that don't want to make your own, I do have a worksheet available. I'll be posting a video, just very brief, that kind of describes where everything goes. I think you'll be able to figure it out anyway. But feel free to print off an extra set for yourself, so that way in a couple of days you can quiz yourself without any examples, any videos, nothing to look at. You can go ahead and just quiz yourself, quiz the kids, see what they remember of those colors. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for joining me, and don't forget to check the rest of the Facebook page to get your assignments and your challenges. Bye!